Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's episode, we're going to work on a page in this cute little coloring book called Grow Old With You. If you haven't seen this one, it is really adorable. All the pages are of this cute little husband and wife, and they just do like cute little things together, and that's what we're going to use in this episode of From Flat to Fabulous. So if you haven't seen my other videos, what this series is it's designed to help teach you how to take things that look flat on a page and make them come to life, look more 3D and lifelike, hence fabulous. So in this one, what we're going to do is work on all of these little plants that are in the pots, and we're going to take them from the flat look that you see currently and bring them into the world of fabulous. So what I've done beforehand was lay down alcohol markers and also some water-based. This little pot is water-based. And once I let that dry, then I can start using colored pencils on top of the marker layers. So we're gonna begin. Oh wait, before I start, so today's coloring buddy is this little clownfish. It's a happy clownfish. I don't know if you all have seen Adorable Pals. It's a brand of cute little plushies with like beans in them, and they're so cute. I don't know who comes up with their designs, but I have quite a few of these now because they're just so cute. They sell them on Amazon. I've seen them in the grocery store here. They're so cute. When I see them on the shelf, I just have to adopt it and take it home. So this little guy, he was actually one of like two, and I think they sold out. But you can check and see if they still have him. He's just a happy little clownfish, and he will be my coloring buddy today. So I'll just put him in the corner, and he can just hang out with us while we color. I have my colored pencils here. I also have my trusty eraser in case I need to erase something if I make a mistake. And I think we have everything we need, so let's get started. So to begin, I want to work on these plants. I've got a couple different shades of green happening, some blue greens, some yellowish greens, and then I've got some olive. And I think what I'm gonna do is color these with my yellow-green pencils, and then I might do the blue-green with these as well, because I'm not really sure that I'm liking the blue-green as it sits next to the other colors on this page. So I think I might just do them all in this, and that's one of the nice things with colored pencil is you can change your mind. You are never committed. So I made a bold decision with this when I used the markers, but I think I want to undo that, and I can with colored pencil. In fact, to start undoing that, I think I'm actually going to start with this chartreuse, this PC 989. This is a Prismacolor. Most of the pencils I'm using here will be Prismacolor, and then for my yellows and oranges, those are Ohuhu Halawas. They have a fantastic range of oranges and yellows, so I always use those when I need those colors. So I'm first going to do something a little bit different than what I usually do. I'm actually going to color over this entire leaf very lightly in this chartreuse color. And it's probably going to look pretty bad on camera at first, but trust me, this will look good when we're done. So I'm just going to take this chartreuse, and my goal is to turn this from a bluish green into more of a yellowish green so that it just feels like it belongs on this page and doesn't look so out of place. And then I've got a few over here, so I'm going to do the same with these leaves. And it looks pretty bad when you're coloring over them. It's like, ooh, these are kind of rough together, but it's gonna be okay. Just trust me, it's gonna be okay. Just lightly color over. And then I think we've also got a little bit more in his hand, so I'm gonna just subdue the blue, and we'll make it more of a yellowish green. So now that that's subdued, you can already see it feels a lot more harmonious with everything on the page, which is what we're going for. So I think we're good there. So now what I want to do is take the next green in my yellow greens. This is Apple Green PC 912. And I'm just going to start creating my depth and dimension and where I want light and shadows to hit. So I think for this guy, probably gonna make this side of this leaf darker. And it's nice if you're new at doing light and shadows, it's nice to work on leaves because even if you get it kind of wrong, it can still look kind of right, because who's to say that leaf didn't curl in that direction? There's no law. Whereas like if you were working on something that's a stiff object like a watering can, yeah, if you get the lighting wrong, it's going to be very obvious, because everyone knows a watering can isn't like wumpy and wobbly. It's its own shape. But leaves, they're very organic and natural looking. And so if you're new to this, then I would say start with leaves until you get your confidence level up, and it'll build confidence and you'll have a lot of fun with it. Leaves are one of my favorite things to add shadows and light to, and it'll just be more fun. You can be less scared and have more fun. Isn't that what we all want to do in coloring? Be less scared, have more fun. So I highly recommend the leaves. They are great for that exercise. And I think I'll do the same with this leaf, even though it's like flat, kind of against the window. We're going to add some curve to it. And the nice thing with layering that chartreuse underneath, it killed the bluish green that I didn't want, and it gave me something to layer and blend with, which is what I always want. So it was perfect. This is layering, blending really nicely with this apple green, and just creating a lot more depth and dimension, and making it just look more interesting. I just love these coloring pages in this book. Like, this little couple are just so cute. Like, all the activities that they do together. I don't know if you can see a little bit of this page. It's kind of in the shot. Like, they do everything together. Like, they're reading and knitting, and they're fishing, and like, it's just so cute. Whoever drew these really had a fun, imaginative side, because these are just so adorable and fun to color. Okay, so now I'm going to work on these leaves over here and just basically do the same thing that I did on this side and just add some depth and dimension. Okay, so I think that looks good for these. So now what we want to do is take the darker green. This is the PC 908, and we're just going to amp up the definition of these leaves. So I'm just running a little bit of colored pencil along the edges, just to help it look like it has a little more curve and there's a little more shadow in there. And you can already see the difference between this leaf and these leaves. Even this leaf, like, it already just, ooh, like it just pops. So let's do that to all the leaves. Okay, so now what I want to do is go back to that medium shade of green, the apple green, and we're just going to blend in the darker with the lighter just a little bit more, so it's not quite so harsh. And this will just give this a little bit more of a natural look and add a little more style to these leaves. So now I want to do the same thing with these two leaves. So the difference is I'm not going to add the chartreuse because I don't need to, because these are already a yellow green. So I'm just going to use the apple green and the dark green and then start blending it in. Let's put a little bit of the green in the center of these leaves as well, just to make them a little bit more interesting. Now this time I'm actually pressing pretty hard. I don't know if you can see on camera the difference between this and these edges, but I'm putting quite a bit of green here. And the reason why is because I want to build up some colored pencil in this section so that when I use the darker and then the lighter greens over it, I can pull the color out and it will make these leaves look really, really cool. So I'm not just doing shadows and adding dimension, I'm creating the ability to layer and to blend. So just something to keep in mind when you're using colored pencils, that's always an option. So now I'll take the dark green and go over the same areas, just not as far into the leaf. Just capturing the edges. Okay, and then we're going to go back to the lighter green. We're going to pull. See, I'm making lines and just pulling the color from the center out where we built up that colored pencil. And already it's making the leaf start to feel like it dips in here and curves and curls. So it's really not that hard to create that kind of depth and make things feel like they have a 3D effect. It's just having someone explain it to you one time, and then you can do it and you can become a pro at doing it on your pages. Now, if we compare this leaf to this leaf, you can see that the dark green that I put in the center almost disappeared here once I started pulling all the color out. So I think I'm going to reapply it just so that we still have a nice dark line right there, because we kind of used it to extend out and make this look like it has sort of a dip in the center. But I do really want there to be a dark contrast because it'll make it look even more like this is puffed out and this is going down inside the leaf. Okay, so let's take the dark green and just add a nice little line inside the center of this leaf. And then I think I want to take this dark green and just go over these edges, just to amp them up a little bit more. Okay, so those leaves are done. So it looks like we just have one plant left. So let's take our olive colors and we will color those in with those. So I've got 3 different olive type colors, and I think we're going to start with this Peruvian green PC109. And we're going to do the same things that we did on all of these other leaves. It's just define where we want there to be shadow. And we'll take the next green, which is olive green PC911. And then the last green, this is marine green PC988. And then I want to go back over it with the light. Let's see, this Peruvian green. Just blend it a little bit. Okay, so that's it for the greenery. So now let's do the flower pots. So let's work on this one first. So I've got some turquoises. This is a parrot green PC1006. And I think I want this side to be darker. And then next we're going to take aquamarine PC905. You can see I'm not going to color all the way to the edge of where I colored with the previous color because I don't want to ruin that nice gradient that it's creating. So I'm just doing the edges. And then the last one, cobalt turquoise PC105. Just going to add a little bit of this to amp up the others, make them feel even lighter than they are, so that way it just has more of a contrast. And I think I'm going to take that lighter turquoise again and just do a little bit of blending work in this space just to make it feel a little bit more natural. Alright, that flower pot is complete. So now let's move on to this little pink one. And to start off, I'm going to use this, oh my, can't even tell you the name of it. Let's see, I know I've got another one for when that one gets replaced. Let me get you the name. So this is Process Red, PC994. So we're going to use this to do our first layer of the pink. And then next we're going to take this magenta, PC930. If you're using the exact same colors that I'm using, when you get to this magenta, you're probably going to be like, whew, this doesn't feel like it's getting darker. It's just getting more intense. And you're right, it is getting more intense. But there's a reason why I picked this one, because the next color that we're going to put on top of it is going to blend with this intense magenta, and it's actually going to look really cool when you add them together. You're going to get a really nice shadow line, and it's just going to have some really nice depth and dimension to it that you wouldn't otherwise have gotten. So don't be scared if you use this color and you're like, whew, it's looking a little too intense for my preference. Just trust it, try it, and see if you like it. And if you do, then you can use it again and again, just like I like to do. Okay, so this is the last one, Black Cherry PC 1078. And you can see it's already toning down the magenta, but it's also blending with it. So you get this really nice color that can help make your shadows just look really realistic. All right, so that one is done. So next we have 2 yellow flower pots and an orange one. So let's do the yellow one first. And I'm just using this Ohuhu Dark Cadmium Yellow, number 125. All the rest of the coloring pencils that I'm going to use on this page will be from Ohuhu Halawa line. So if you're wondering, we are done with Prismacolor and now we're moving into the Ohuhu pencils. Next we want to use this, let's see, what are you? Saffron, number 22. And then next we're going to use this bright tangerine, number 122. And then the last one we'll use is this light red, number 34. And then I want to go back to this light yellow and I'm going to use it to help blend a little bit because some of these edges just came out a little more harsher than I wanted. Okay, and then we have one more flower pot left and we're going to start with this Saffron 22. And then we'll move into the bright tangerine 122. And then this light red, number 34. And then I actually need something darker for this orange pot. So let me grab, let's try this one. I think it says Goose Crown Red, number 135. And then I think I want to go back to this orange maybe, see if we can do a little bit of blending so it's not quite so choppy in some of those spots. So now we have taken all of these little plants and the flower pots and you can see how much more they pop off the page, especially compared to the other elements on the page that we haven't touched yet, like the little characters and the sky and these curtains. So I hope you found this video helpful and I will be sure to make more of these in this series from flat to fabulous so that you can see how quick and easy it is to take some elements from the page and just make them pop right off the page with just a few colored pencils. If you like my videos, be sure to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.